this one we're going to build a lyrics app, a lyrics search app. Okay, so basically you probably have used or seen one of these before. Basically what we're going to do is we are going to just search for lyrics. So I'm just going to search for Sinach. Okay, she's a gospel artist, and then you see the results are displayed just below, and I can get the lyrics for any song. Okay, right. All right, so let me search for Sia. Okay, so courage to change, and I'll click on get lyrics. Okay, yeah, so you see that actually works. So basically that's what we are going to learn how to build in this project. Okay, and we are going to be using the API lyrics OVH. Okay, so let me just show you. So I'll just come here and I'll search for lyrics OVH API. Okay, so we're going to be using the lyrics OVH API. So this is their docs. You can go ahead and read, but this is lyrics.ovh. So this is the lyrics.ovh, yeah, and then they have this API where you can call the API and get lyrics. Okay, so you can go ahead and go through, but they don't have so much documentation on this API, for example, but then we're still going to find a way to basically use it. Okay, all right, so let's close all of these tabs and let's get to work. Okay, so what do we have here? So basically I have my empty folder, nothing on the folder. I'm going to minimize this, and it's responsive, by the way. So let's start by opening this up with live server. And like in the previous lecture, I'm not going to do too much talking when I write the HTML and CSS. I'm sure you probably already know how all of that works. Okay, so let's start. So we're going to start by building the header. Let's create a form. I'm going to give it an ID of form, and inside the form I'm going to create an input. Text and placeholder. So in this section here is where we're going to display the result. Okay, and inside of this I'm going to add a paragraph tag, and this paragraph tag is going to say, so let me refresh this page. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this and paste it inside here, and that's it for our HTML. So let's go ahead and begin to style. Okay, So to style, I'm going to need this image. All right, so let me quickly get the image and have it in my images folder. All right, so I have my image set. Just let me adjust this mic a little. All right, so I have my images set, or my image set. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to go to my style CSS and I'll come here so we can see what we're doing. And from the body, I'm going to start adding some styles. Okay, so I'll see. So that's the image. Okay, so this is what we have here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a pseudo element for this body. Okay, so I'll come here and I'll say body. After, the position is also going to be fixed, and from the top is going to be 0. From the left is going to be 50%. That's because I want to center it. Okay, and I'm going to give it a height of 100% and a width of 900 pixels. I'll give it a background and I'll say RGBA. Okay, so see what we've done so far, right? But you see that it's 50% from the right or from the left. That's not what we want. Z index to make sure that it stays under, and let's do transform, and we'll say translate on the x-axis minus 50%, and that is going to move this transparent background down to the start of the page. So you see what we have, and don't forget that if we open this up, it occupies just the middle part of the website, or of the page rather. Okay, so I think we can go down and start adding styles. Okay, so for my CSS, let me just shrink this Visual Studio Code and open this up. Okay. That's what this border radius actually just did. And let's set some margin. Okay, so let's target the H1. Let's do for the form input and the button. Border to none, padding of 1 rem, font size of 1.6. Okay, so that's what we just did. And let's get the input itself. For that, we're going to give the input a width. So what we did here. Okay. Okay, so you see what we did here also. Okay, so let's target the form button. So let's add a pseudo class. Sorry, yeah, a pseudo class for the button over pseudo class. Basically, I'm just going to change the color of the border. So I'll come here and I'll change the color to white. Okay, I probably need to adjust this mask, the mic, a little bit more. Okay, So when you come, you see that the border changes to white. Okay, that's what we just did here. And I think we can, but that's okay really. So let's target this section container here. Let me just make sure. Okay, so I'll come here. And let's set display to block. And let's do margin of 0 and auto. Let's do text align to center. And let's do color. And let's do hash FFF to make it white. Let's do padding of 3 rem on the top and bottom, 0 on the left and right. So you see here, instruction has moved to the middle. So subsequently, we are going to set other styles, right, from JavaScript. Okay, and I think it makes sense to just add, some properties for that style. So I'll just add properties. So the first one is songs, right? So we can't really see these properties we are adding right now, or maybe I should actually wait so that we can see like the effect of the properties. So I'll wait and add this later on. Okay, so let's go to JavaScript. So we spent 17 minutes on HTML and CSS, and now we are in script.js. Okay, so for the JavaScript, I definitely would like to expand my code editor. Okay, all right, so let's first off, we're going to create variables. Okay, so variables, where are you? And first one is for the form. It's going to be equals to documents.getElements by ID, and I'm just going to target the form ID, and then I'll duplicate this twice, and this time I'll target the search, and this one is going to be for the results. Okay, this one is going to be search as well. Okay, and this one is going to be result as well. Okay, so let's save that and let's continue. So next, let's create a variable for our URL API. Okay, that's the lyrics OVH API. So I'll say const, and I'm just going to say API URL, and I'll set it to be equals to a string, and it's just going to be HTTPS. Okay, so API.lyrics.ovh. So that's it. I hope I did not make any typographical error. If not, nothing is going to work. Okay, so that's it. So what are we going to do first? We want to get the value of what is imputed. So I'll just say get input value. Okay, so it's going to be form dot add event listener, and basically what we want to do is we want to do the submit event. So the submit event is going to work when I click enter and also when I click on this button, right? So we're getting the submit event, right? And we're going to say e is equals, and let's get in. So first off, let's prevent default. So e dot prevent default, that's to prevent it from reloading. Okay, and then we're going to create another variable. So this one is going to be we're going to say search value is going to be equal to search dot value, right? And then we're going to trim it, dot trim. Okay, let's remove the spaces, but let's just add a let here, because I think I may need to manipulate this variable later. I'm not quite sure. So I would say if, and I'll say not search value, I'll say alert nothing to search. Nothing to search. So nothing to search, please do this, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. Okay, and then let me add the else block. So else, I want you to begin search, right? Using the search value as the parameter. So let's come here, right? And let's click enter. You see, so we didn't type anything in there, right? And then it says nothing to search. So you should probably say nothing to search, please enter a song or an artist or something like that, but I'm sure you get the point. So now let's create the search function, which is going to be begin search. Okay, so I'm going to come down and I'll see, okay, so this is where things start to get interesting. Excuse me, I need to clear my throat. So for our search function, we are basically going to use async. Okay, let me get my glasses. So function, and it's going to be begin search, and it's going to take the search value parameter. So basically we want to fetch the results using the API URL we just created upwards. So let's do const and search results is equals await fetch, and then we're then going to add our API URL. So let's add in this, and we'll say, so API URL, and it's going to be / suggest, and then we are going to add another / and we're going to add the search variable. So that's going to be search value. Okay, so that's it. I'll close this and I'll create another variable. I'll say const data, because we're supposed to get some data from the API, and that data is going to be in the form of JSON. It's going to be in a JSON format. So I'll say await search results and .json. Okay, so now I'll call another function. We've gotten the data, right? Now what I want to do is I want to display the data. Okay, so I'll say display data, and it's going to take the data parameter, so data. Okay, so now what I need to do next is I need to create another variable called another function called display data. Okay, so I'll come down here, right, and I would say display search results. So let's function display data that is going to take the data argument here, and we're going to say results.inner HTML. Okay, so result dot, sorry, that should be inner HTML, and we're going to set it to be equals to, so let's use our template literal, and I'm just going to put my code inside here. Okay, so basically we're displaying our results inside of this result variable here that we called for get element by id and results. Okay, so that's what we are doing. So let me scroll up and show you. So this variable here that calls the get element by id and gets the result id. Okay, so let's add some. So basically we're going to display the result as a list. Okay, so I'll start by creating an unordered list with a class that of songs. Okay, that's what I said earlier. Okay, I'll close that, and then I would add my this data. So basically this data, right, is supposed to, the data is supposed to, like, it's the data that we get from the API, okay, in this JSON format. Okay, so there are various parameters that we can actually get from the data, right? So but the best way is for me to actually show you. So I'll just come here and I would say console.log, and I'll just say data. So because I'm logging into the console, I'm going to just disable this guy, and I'll just comment out all of this and save. Okay, so let's come back here and let's right click and inspect and come to the console, and I'll come here, I'll search for SIA, right, and I'll hit enter. So you see something here, something is displayed here. So let me just come down and let's see. So you see that we've gotten some values from the API, and you can see here the title is courage, and you know, stuff like that. Okay, so that's the data that we're actually fetching from the API. Okay, so let's come back here and I'll just comment this out. Okay, so there are various parameters, okay, within that data that we can use. Okay, so that's what we are going to then display in our results. So let's just begin. So I'll say data dot data, and then I'll say dot map, and then inside of this map I'm then going to say song, and then I'll add my list item. Okay, so basically we're going to use another template literal here. This is all scattered, but don't worry. So let's do our list item, and inside of our list item we are going to create, so let me just bring this to make it more arranged. Okay, so inside of our list item I'm going to create a div, and inside that div I'm just going to create a strong tag to make the name of the song artist bold. So I would say this, and then I would say song.artist name. So this would be song dot artist dot name. Okay, and then I'll give a space and add a hyphen, and then I'll say song title. So let's say dollar and song dot title. Okay, so that's going to be inside our div. Then we're then going to add a span, and this one will say data hyphen artist, and it's going to be equals to, so let's put this, and then we're going to call the artist name. So I'll do so I'll say song song.artist.name, and then I will then, just a minute, let me just open this up a little. Okay, so I'll come to the next line and I'll see data hyphen song title, and I'll set it to be equals to so this is going to be song dot title. Okay, and then I'm going to close the span. Okay, and then here I'll say get lyrics, and I'll finally close the span here. Okay, and then everything is going to close with the list here. Okay, so let's just see what we've done. So basically we are getting the result, and the result is going to be the song, the artist name and the song title, and then we are getting a button that will say get lyrics, and when they click on that button we are going to open up the lyrics for the song. That's basically what we just did here. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'll come here and I'll then say dot join, and I'm just going to put in this. Okay, so that's it for this one. So I can come here and I can close up. So we've essentially created a lyrics button. So let me just save this and search for something. So let me search for Sia. Okay, so basically you see here that it lists the name of the artist and the title of the song, and then it says this get lyrics. Okay, but if you click on the get lyrics, nothing happens. Okay, that's because we have not set a function that will get the lyrics of the song. Okay, so we're going to need to add an event listener on the get lyrics button. So let's come here outside of this guy here, and let's say get lyrics function. Okay, so we're for this get lyrics function, right, we're going to say result Okay, so first let's create another variable, and this variable is going to be clicked element. So I'll say clicked element is equal to e dot target. Okay, okay, so what I'll do here is I will then check if the clicked element is the get lyrics button. Okay, so let's just say check get lyrics button. So then let's add an if statement, and we'll say if clicked element is dot tag name is equal to span. Okay, so we're just going to put that in capital letter. So we want to do something. What do we want to do? Let's create a variable. So we're going to say const artist, and it's going to be equals to clicked element dot get attribute. And basically what we want is the data artist. So I'll just say data hyphen artist, and then we can close that. Okay, and then basically I can just duplicate this, and what I want to do is data dot song title for the second one. So song title, and then I'm going to change this variable to song title. Okay, so what we do next is we're going to call a get lyrics function. So I'll say get lyrics, that is going to take two parameters. So the first is going to be artist, and the second is going to be song title. So I'm sure you're probably already guessing what we need to do next. We need to create a function for this get lyrics function we just added here. Okay, and then that will be it for the project. So I can come out, right, and say async get lyrics. Remember, it's going to take artist. Oh, this should be comma. If I didn't see this, I would have thrown an error, but I would have found it anyway. So it will be artist and song title. So what do we want to do? So first, let's create a variable called response, right? And this response is going to await and fetch something from the API one more time. So basically so I think, well, we can just this information can actually be found on their website. So but I'll just show you. So basically, first off, let's get the API URL in here. So it will be API URL and /v1 $, and then we'll then get the artist. Okay, and then we'll then get the song title. So that's / and song title. Okay, So let's create another variable, const data, which will be equals to our weight, and I'll then call the response dot JSON. Okay, so let's do const lyrics, and this is going to be equals to data.lyrics. So this is where we finally get the lyrics, and then I'll say dot replace. Okay, and then I'm just going to copy and paste in some values. Okay, so there's no need for actually typing them out. Okay, so I'll just copy this and I'll paste it in. So this is what we want to replace. Okay, and let's just display this to the result. So I'll say result dot inner HTML will now be equals to, and then let's do this, and I'm going to say h2 strong, and then let's add the artist. So this is going to be artist. It should actually come in here. And then I'll then do song title. So song title. Okay, and then I'll come outside, not outside in that sense, I'll still be inside here, but I'll just come to a new line and add a paragraph. Okay, and then I'll then get the lyrics. So everything is complete now. Okay, and then don't forget to close. Okay, so I've typed so much, I hope I've not added a typographical error to the code. Okay, so let me search for Sia one more time. And okay, so when you click on get lyrics, it opens up. So but what we want is we want to be able to add some styles based on these classes here. So this class of songs and the children element. Okay, so I'll go to my styles.css and I would say .songs. So let me just search for Sia one more time and see how it displays, right? So let's give it a width. So we're going to get the list items li, and let's add border on the bottom. Okay, So see what we've been able to achieve. So we've structured this guy in such a way that, so what we'll just do next is we're just going to style the button. Okay. So this is what we have now. Basically, you can like add like a hover effect on the button. So, but I don't want to do that. If you click on it, it opens the lyrics up. Okay. So basically, that's how the application works. Different lyrics can be gotten from the OVH API. Okay. So that's a wrap for this application we just built. Okay. And thank you so much for sticking around, and let's get into the next one. Okay.